Hi, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. Today I'm going to be reviewing episode 19 of Darling in the Franxx. Let's just review this episode because I actually really enjoyed this episode. So in this episode we really kind of learn the background of Franxx, what's his name? Werner? I can't say it right. Frank, the doctor. So we kind of learn more about his background and how really the plantations and everything came to be, and how APE was this like group, which is Papa and the council, and how they kind of just like took over the world. Pretty much what happened. But he was actually hired by them to do some studies with immortality, and through that he met this lady, and they ended up getting together, but then she ended up dying, which was actually kind of really sad. Really sad. But we do find out that through his work with immortality, that's kind of how the adults have started their immortal life, and we kind of learn exactly that the adults do have this immortal life, and it's kind of been confirmed in that way. But it seems that you don't have to do it, but most people do, especially the rich. But through becoming immortal, you lose your reproductive organs and the ability to reproduce. So pretty much all of this is just thanks to the Doc, good old Doc over here. We also learn obviously that he did create the Franxx, and it took a lot of time, a lot of trials, a lot of sacrifices to make the Franxx, and to figure out the people who need to pilot the Franxx need reproductive organs. That's why they're piloted by children, the parasites. And this episode was just a whole ton of info just thrown at you, and you're like, okay, cool. We also see that Kokoro and Mitsuru still have their memories erased. Nothing has happened with that yet. But we do see that the whole group go to Papa and they're like, yo, can we get their memories back? And Papa's like, and they're like, well, we don't like you anymore. We want out of this. And Papa says, yeah, sure, after you've done the mission. What is the mission? Probably something impossible and they're all gonna die in, but it's fine. You can leave after that. Back to the Doc for a second. We find out that he actually met the Princess of the Klaxosaur, and that was really sick. I love her so much. I just find her so intriguing, and she's so pretty and beautiful, and love her. But we see that he actually met her and kind of became obsessed with her, and she kind of became his ideal example of a perfect human, and that's kind of what he strives to create now. And we see that pretty much we can assume that 02 is a clone of the Klaxosaur princess, in which case we can assume that, of course, 02 is the other key to the whole situation. So that's not looking too good for 02, because obviously she's not gonna just be let go. Like, they're gonna use her for something, and Hiro is gonna be pissed. But overall, this episode was actually like really interesting. This episode really just like hammered you in information and background story, which I liked, because we've kind of been wondering for the past how many episodes exactly what has happened to humanity and how it happened and how the Franxx were created, what's the deal with the princess and all the Klaxosaurs and all that jazz. So it was a nice episode to kind of just be like, here you go, these are all, well, a lot of the answers that you were looking for. But it's also kind of like messed up to see the Doc, because you kind of have a feeling that he's on their side, but he's really on his own side to create the perfect human no matter what it takes. And we see that through his whole story. He lost an arm and was perfectly happy about it because he got her hair. Like, what? His wife died. Obviously he was pretty upset about that, but you see that really anything goes to achieve his goals, so it's kind of really sad. But yes, overall it was a decent episode. I am very appreciative of all the info that we received, so I'm looking forward to seeing where we go from now, because that will be interesting to see what path we take from this moment now. But yes, that is the end of my video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are all amazing, wonderful people, and yeah, I make a bunch of videos a week, and bye!